Alrighty, how's it going, gamers? Daybreaker Rein here, coming at you through your Videoscope with yet another episode of my Demon's Crest playthrough. Now, when we last left off, I was spending way too much time on a mini game trying to get a health upgrade, and I got that health upgrade off screen, spent way too much time failing epically in the last episode, so if you want to watch the last episode, you can watch me fail. And I know that this has been on a bit of hiatus, but really trying to strive for that daily recording, guys, so I hope you guys enjoy. But we're on the final stretch of the game, guys. So all we have left is just the final palace, and then after that, we will do one more episode with the hidden optional boss that you can face in the game. Alrighty. So it's been a while. I apologize for the lack of consistency, but I actually do now have a consistent schedule set in place. So I hope you guys are all on board with that. I'm really going to try to keep my schedule consistent. I'm going to try and upload once a day every week. I also have Fridays will be the return of the PS2 dungeon for those who have been looking forward to that. So I also will be making an update video about that shortly. There was a matter that I would like to go ahead and discuss because it did actually come to light the other day. And I was unaware of it until I actually checked it, so hopefully we can kind of figure that out. Okay, and I definitely want to switch back to that because I'm getting owned over here. But these guys don't like, apparently are not very, they're pretty tolerant to the aerial gargoyle. But this is a battle we've all fought before. You guys have seen this twice, I think. I think you fight this three times throughout the whole thing. So, but this one's the gold one. But it's not going to be much of an issue because we got the legendary gargoyle and the more powerful shots, more health, which is also good. Yeah, you can see these guys are super easy. Especially when you got the legendary gargoyle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this new setup. I thought it would actually be an interesting way to go about recording games. I hope you guys are all on board for the daily content. I know I've been kind of skimming on the content, but this is going to be a way to not only help my LP channel grow, because I really do. There's a lot more games that I want to cover that I just have not had the... I haven't been able to do so yet just because I've been holding off. Mainly just because I've been trying to get all these done. And for those who did not watch the last episode, Shadow Warrior is on hiatus for the time being. I did kind of go briefly into why that is in the episode 6 of my Castlevania Circle of the Moon playthrough. So if you guys want to peep that out and check it out and kind of get an idea of why that's going to be on hiatus for a while. So there's the final health upgrade, guys. So we just have one more thing to gather, and that's the talisman. And it's going to be a minute because I don't necessarily remember where it is. I think it's in... I'm pretty sure it's in this area. Oh, now I remember. It just clicked. Okay. Okay, there is an invisible... That is not the gargoyle I wanted. There's an invisible thing somewhere here. Platform you can go through. Pretty sure that's what it is, if I recall correctly. Ah. And there we go. There's the Fang Talisman. So now we have all the items in the game, ensuring that we will get the best ending possible and be able to get the code that allows for you to go to the final boss, the secret optional boss of the game. switch back to Legendary Gargoyle. Because I want to say that there's one more boss between this and Thalixen. Or Fanlax, or whatever. However you're supposed to pronounce it, I can never remember what the proper pronunciation of it is. It's like Fanlax, I think, or something like that. I think that it's actually a variant of the wolf boss that we faced in the Ice Palace, or the Frozen Wasteland. I'm pretty sure. Okay, and there's really no point to fight all these guys. I could just walk by them. It's not like I have any other item that I need to get a hold of. So we can just mosey on past all this. And I do currently have the timer going, but this episode might be a little bit shorter than the typical episodes, mainly just because it is primarily focused on just this particular portion of the game. Yeah. Yeah, but much like the Griffin, the Gold Griffin, this guy's super easy too, especially since we've got the Legendary Gargoyle. Damage is just ridiculous with the Legendary Gargoyle. Don't have to worry about nothing. Alright, I think we're on the final part. I think it's time to face Fanlax. I'm just gonna keep saying Fanlax. Okay. I've waited a lifetime for this moment, Firebrand. You and I were destined to clash, and you, it seems, are destined to die. Welcome to die! Okay, from what I remember, this first part of this particular fight is super easy. It's when he switches to the next part, that's when it becomes a pain in the butt. Because he just swoops. Yeah, he does like a swooping. Not doing a overly good job trying to dodge all of his attacks. There's not really much in the way of dodging you can do. It's not like Dark Souls where you can roll around the map. That would be amazing, though. That was actually something I wanted to actually make a video on. Was I really wanted to talk about Capcom games that they really need to revisit, and I would love to revisit this one. Okay. Yes, you have the power I seek, the Crest of Heaven. I can't remember. I think you fight his gold variant and then you fight the next variant. Yeah, okay. I think? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you fight him in his gold variant. Is this all the skill you possess? Fight harder and die with honor. Yeah, this becomes a pain in the butt because you actually have to use the Tidal Gargoyle because he's a freaking asshole and he decides to fill the freaking place with water. It's essentially the same fight, it's just, this time there's water. And I think he takes a little bit more abuse, but it's longer because you have to circumvent not dying, you have to use the Tidal Gargoyle. I mean, technically speaking, I could use Fang to increase my damage output, but it'd probably be better to keep armor on because that halves my damage, and since I don't have the extra health meters because of the using the Tidal Gargoyle instead of using the Legendary Gargoyle, it's probably a better choice in the grand scheme of things. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use a jinxing potion just because I'm being cautious. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this portion is like really like it's not overly hard. I remember the first time getting here, it was hard because I wasn't aware of how the system worked for the endings. And I had never gotten the title gargoyle, I think, so I actually did have to fight him without it. I am probably going to actually have to use 2 ginseng potions, and that's not a good thing. Because I actually don't necessarily know how many I'm going to need for the last part. Probably be best to have as many as I can. God, that slowdown saved me. See, if you can hit him with the underwater shots, they're actually more powerful, so they do a little bit more damage. It's just getting him to where he's actually underwater. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use another jinxing potion. Not really what I wanted to do, but looks like we're just gonna have to kind of deal with it and try best we can to not have to use the others. I think there is a part where the water does actually stop, so you actually do get to face him, like the last little bit of him, with another gargoyle form, which would be nice, because I don't know how much more health he has. Apparently I'm not doing a good job. Oh, okay, there we go. Damn it. Come on. Okay, come on, he's red. Okay, there we go. Cool deal. I was scared there for a minute thinking I was going to have to use another potion. You think you have destroyed me? But it was merely a shadow. Yeah, this is where the fun part comes in, because... yeah, that ugly mug. Finally, the ultimate power. Behold, the Crest of Infinity. Yeah, this is the fun part. Yeah, because you're pretty much stuck on this platform. You have to jump between platforms that kind of jump back and forth. Yeah, so it's not a fun time. Now the world stands helpless against my power. I will need you no longer, Firebrand. You are now merely a nuisance. Die! Yeah. Yeah, and he's like Dracula, where you can only hit him in one part. And he's an asshole where he constantly has those 2 arms. I think this was exactly how it goes down practically every other time I try to do this fight, because but actually, I think the last time I didn't have armor equipped. I was just trying to do it with Fang. Yeah, I've never liked this fight just because of that reason, because it's exactly like the Dracula fights in most of the Castlevania games. You have to hit him in specifically one part, otherwise... Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use a ginseng potion. But thankfully we can stay in the legendary gargoyle, and we have the extra health meter, so that's always good. And I'm pretty sure I did this once before without needing to resort to using all my potions. Oh, come on, that was a direct hit. Come on now. Just because it was not on screen. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not like Mega Man X with General, and you could just freaking blast him with your Buster Shot, you know, flipping off screen and takes damage. Yeah, the real big problem is trying to stay at the right altitude to be able to land hits in on him without him being dumb and freaking blocking. I really don't know if I'm going to be able to do it this time. I'm not freaking getting good hits in. Like, he's freaking hitting me more than I'm hitting him. I mean, I've got 2 more. I mean, we can only really hope. Otherwise, this playthrough is going to be ripped. I mean, See, and that's the problem too. If you're not like right on that, oh, holy crap! I just realized where my health gauge was. I was like, oh no! I can't remember if he turns red like the other bosses or not, because if he don't, then I don't know if I'm actually anywhere close to freaking killing him. See, it's like anytime he does his beam, like his like freaking mouth beam, I can hit him like twice. Because I think even if he's in the invincibility stun, like he's in the invulnerable frames, it still counts as a hit. Okay, he's starting to take damage, but that's not necessarily a good thing that he's just barely. Okay, I've got to play really freaking good in this last, because that was it. That was my last health freaking vial. Oh man, I've got to play super good. And so far, that's not happening. I can't remember if it was last time that I used. I think one of the times I did this, I didn't use I actually did not use all my potions. Oh, come on. I think I'm too far down. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. My heart was stopping there for a minute. I was like, come on, I don't want to freaking have to do this again. Oh man. Oh man. I like how the tower looks so much more appealing. Like there, like it, you know, before it's just the flat, like landmark piece, right? Oh man. Alrighty, I know that there's, I know there's text, if I can remember. Okay. Fenlax almost summoned the power of infinity, but he was destroyed by the power of Firebrand before it came under his control. With all the Crest safely in his possession, Firebrand mused over the power at his command. It would be a simple thing to use it to reign. Reign supreme, but in the end, Firebrand decided that his destiny lies elsewhere. The Crest of Infinity. When all 6 crests are united, the Crest of Infinity is said to appear. And give the bearer unimaginable power. Alright, so it does a whole roll call thing, showing the different crests. Crest of Earth, ruling over the Earth. The crest, the crest gives great strength to its owner. Oh, I didn't think it did the boss roll call in this version. I thought that that was in the other version. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm glad that I was able to beat the boss. So I actually think I did this quicker than the last time I did it. Maybe, I'm not sure. I can't remember. Might have taken me a little bit longer to do it the previous time, but I'm glad that I was able to get through the whole game for the most part in a few episodes. So the next episode of Demon's Crest will focus primarily on the secret boss, the optional boss. So yeah, I'm super excited to finally be wrapping this up. Of course, tomorrow will be, I believe, a Link to the Past episode, and then Thursday will be the wrap up of Mega Man 8. So I hope you guys are excited for that. So getting around to whenever I actually do record another episode of a Let's Play series, I'll probably more or less start up a new game. There is a list of games that I did want to cover and want to Let's Play. So I hope you guys are all on board. A lot of games that I have on the list. I'm gonna keep adding to it. Just right now, it's kind of small, just because I didn't want to just like completely overwhelm the list. But hopefully, somewhere down the line, we'll get to some other games. You know, it might actually be even something because I don't know if you guys were aware, but this is actually the third game in a series of spin-off games from the Ghouls and Ghosts franchise, or Ghosts and Goblins franchise, you know, focusing on Firebrand. There were two games before it, one on Game Boy and one on NES. Both are really rare to get a hold of, like physically. So is actually Demon's Crest. Surprisingly or not, I do have I have a physical copy of Demon's Crest. And that actually, I paid a lot less than what it actually retails for. Unfortunately, label's damaged. That is something that I thought about maybe getting refurbished somewhere down the line. But yeah, I might visit the other two games because I've actually never really. I know one of them's more akin to this, where it's side scroller, but the other one's actually an RPG. So I might eventually, somewhere down the line, get around to doing those games. It's not a guaranteed, because you never know. Since I've already hit the ending game of the trilogy, but like I was saying earlier, this is definitely one series that I really wish Capcom would go and rejuvenate. Like Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins is probably a great nod to the original and a complete overhaul. So I really like that. It would be really cool if they had actually done this for Demon's Crest as well. Like maybe wrap it up all into one trilogy or something like that. Maybe like revise the games to where they all play in a similar format, or something like that. It would have been really cool to see, but you never know. I mean, I don't know if Capcom has any plans to ever revisit this franchise ever again. Because, I mean, they kind of, I think Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins was like the last time we ever actually saw any of the Ghosts and Goblins games. Because I know that there were the Maximo games on PS2, which those I might actually end up getting a hold of, and playing those in the PS2 dungeon. But that's way down the line because I'm still in the I haven't done a whole lot in the PS2 dungeon, so I'm still in the A's with that. But yeah, hopefully somewhere down the line I might actually get to the Maximo games. Yeah, I think it just shows the cliffside and Firebrand's like not there or something like that. I think. Yeah. Or so we think. The end. Okay, does it stay on that screen or does it actually... No, it fades, I think. I thought it did. because you're supposed to see the, yeah, there we go. Because it shows you the code, the password. Okay, first presented by Capcom. And then I think it shows you the password, because then I think from after that you can actually go straight to clicking. It shows you the password, and then I believe you can press start, and then it'll boot up to the start screen, and should give you the option to just continue outright. Okay, there we go. Yep. Okay, so it shows you that password, and I think it gives you enough time to actually write it down. Or maybe I think if you just reset the game, I think it actually stays here. I'm not 100% sure, but you get that password, and then you type it in, and then you have access to the optional secret boss. So, anyways, guys, so that is the second to last episode of Demon's Crest playthrough. Hope you guys have enjoyed thus far. Expect the next episode sometime here very soon, because of course it's not going to be for. It's probably going to be. Let's see. So like I said, we've got Link to the Past tomorrow. I've got the wrap up of Mega Man 8 on Thursday. Probably a Circle. Well, I've got Circle of the Moon and the PS2 Dungeon stream on Friday. So maybe Saturday, we will see Demon's Crest, the final episode. So thanks you all for tuning in, guys. I hope you guys have been keeping up with it thus far. And if you haven't, then hopefully the final episode of this long playthrough will be on Saturday. So when that's uploaded, you can watch the whole thing in its entirety. And I hope you guys are enjoying the new format. I actually do like this format a lot more than my previous format. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, this has been Daybreaker Rein. I'll catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys.